Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me in my craft room down on the farm. I'm Cherie Wheatley and I'm independent Stampin' Up demonstrator coming to you from a little town called Raywick in central Kentucky. And boy, as it turned cold here, we skipped right past fall and it feels like winter outside. And we also, on the farm, we raise sheep, and so it's not a lot of fun heading out to the barn in this cold weather. So it's nice to be able to stay inside and just play in my craft room. Today, I'm going to be making this pretty little card. It's a thank you card. Uh, I'm sending this to my sister-in-law. She did a really nice act of kindness for me, and I just want to send her this note and tell her thank you. And so we're going to be working on this card. I just want to show you where this is coming from here. Now I know you've probably seen some of my posts before or on other videos talking about it, but the Snowflake Showcase Stampin' Up! Right now is running a special. Well, it's exclusive products that are going on for the month of November. November 1 to the 30th, or while supplies last. And it's just a one-time offering for this. And this is the pictures here of the stamp sets, and it has snowflake trinkets that you get with it, little elements, and the thinlet dies, and white velvet sheets. You don't have to order them as a bundle. You can just pick out whichever one you like to get. So that's really nice. And move that over there. So here is the Happiness Surround set that can be used all year round, and the snow is glistening. It just makes very beautiful holiday cards. My last video I just did with my granddaughter, if you hadn't had a chance to check that out, it was pretty fun. We made a card using this Christmas tree here. And this is the set of the thinlet dies. I've got a couple of them out that I'm going to be using, but there's 20 of them in this set. It's a very nice set. So you should get you one before it runs out. Alright, so now we'll get started on our card. Let me move this stuff out of my way. Let me get my ingredients over here. Set that there. I also did on this card, I also put a matching DSP on DSP. That's just designer series paper on the flap of the envelope, and did a little stamp in there. And I'll show you how I did that. All right. Now with our ingredients. Right now we have this is a Tranquil Tide card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and just fold it over in half there, and or you can score it at 4.25. And get your bone folder here to burnish the edge to make a sharp, crisp edge there. And then we have Blackberry Bliss cardstock. We have 2 of those. For the mat. They're both, the sizes of these are 4 inches by 5.25. And then we have the Whisper White cardstock. This is 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/8. That will layer on one of these Blackberry Bliss for the inside of the card. And then we have our Share What You Love DSP, a designer series paper, and that will layer on this piece of Blackberry Bliss, like that, to the front of the card. And envelope there. This is what I used for the envelope flap. This is, I would cut it a little bit bigger. This one I cut too short, and this one is what size is this? Oh, 2.25 by 5 3/4. I would probably leave it 6 inches, and then maybe 2 and maybe 2 3/8 or 2.5 inches. Make it easier to go onto the flap. And another little piece that after I was trimming down my DSP, I'm going to put this inside of the card. And then we have some scraps of Tranquil Tide to cut out. As you can see, right behind this one here is this little flower here, and then this piece of white Whisper White cardstock for this little flower, the outline of that goes right here where we stamp our sentiment on. And then another piece of Whisper White scrap to be able to stamp our medallion on, or it's this that comes from the Happiness Surrounds. This little thing right there that will stamp on this piece here, and cut it out using this stitch circle. I think it's like the 3-inch stitch circle here. All right. Move this over here. All right, now I've already cut those out to save a little bit of time. Here's what that looks like. If I get them apart here, cut out several of them. There's that. And then here is the little flower. So we can lay this to the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere with my adhesive, snail adhesive. I'm going to adhere this piece of the DSP onto my Blackberry Bliss cardstock. Like so. There we go. Alright, got that ready to go. And I guess I could go ahead and I'm going to wait to do that later. Alright, let's get some stamping done right now. And on my Stamparatus, I'm sure everyone has seen one of these before. This is a stamp positioning tool. I've already got my little medallion here, the stamp from the Happiness Surrounds, already lined up and ready to go. And there we go. And I'll lay my piece of Whisper White cardstock here in the corner. And I'm going to stamp this with Blackberry Bliss ink. Well, what's really nice about this Stamparatus, that if you stamp this and it doesn't get dark enough, or you miss some spots and it's lined up like this, you can flip it back over and ink it again, and it goes right to the, like that. See how that didn't get the ink on there? So we can go back and, guess I didn't press. I see the ink still left on the stamp there. I didn't press hard enough. Alright, just press it down to get the ink to transfer to the cardstock. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Alright, now I'll clean that up in just a little bit. I'm going to set this aside. Now I'm going to take, and close this up before I get my, as you can tell, I got it all over my fingers already. I'll close that up so I won't get more on me. And I'm going to take this over to my Big Shot, and I'm going to cut this out. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I have my little medallion that I cut out with a stitched circle. Okay, now this card I'm going to make into a kind of thinking of you, get well card. I have another sister-in-law that has not been feeling very well, and I want to send this to her. So I've changed up the sentiment, and we're going to stamp on this little flower cut out here that I did. We're going to stamp that in Blackberry Bliss, and hopefully get it lined up in there. I get my head and everything. Let's see, let's turn it where it's like that, where the little ends are going that way, and have better chance of getting it inside. Okay. Hopefully this will go okay. Whew! Yay! So I cut me some extras just in case, but that works good. Close that back up. Now, sorry to reach over. A little trick here. I'm going to glue this little dainty, fragile looking piece that is so detailed here on the back of this card, this little flower here. And the little trick I'm using here that I've seen different ones use online is I put a little bit of my multi-purpose glue right here. And then I keep my little sponge just for this glue. I do this technique and put some of that glue. I probably need a little bit more glue on my, didn't put enough there. There. Put some glue on my sponge and put it on that piece there. And I keep it in this little container here to keep it from drying out or whatever. Okay, now we're going to line this up. Kind of turn this where you can kind of see. How did I do that? Like, turn one like this. So you can see pieces of the little green flower behind it. There we go. Like that. Let's move this out of my way. And we're going to glue this. I can just go ahead and put some glue on the back of here, straight out of the bottle. Put some on each of these little petals here. There we go. And we're going to put this on the medallion piece here that we've cut out with our die cut. And position it like that. Show your little pieces down. Oh, sugars. I guess I gotta wait till it sticks into here some before I pick it up. Alright. There we go. That's better. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and pop some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back here because we're going to pop this on up on the front of our card. I think I'm going to put, let's see, 5 on here, I believe. Yeah, that's what I did. Give it plenty of support so it doesn't get squished in the mail. And we'll just leave that. We'll set that to the side. We're ready to put it on our card. Alright, now, next step. Okay, next step I'm going to get some of my Tranquil Tide. This is the mini ruffled ribbon. And I'm going to put some around. Kind of like so on a card, not really centered, just up a little bit. And you don't have to wrap it all the way around. I usually just take it around. Oh, that's a little bit too much. I don't want to waste that much of it. Take it around and I just tape it down with regular Scotch tape. And around that way. Fold it over here. Get you a piece of tape. Take that down there. And I'll just flip it around here, make sure it's still kind of straight there. And then bring that around, get another little piece of tape, and tape it like that, and we're good to go. Take that off. Okay. There we go. Now we can adhere this to the front of our card base here. I think I'm going to use the glue. Don't have to do a whole lot because it could squish out, but this glue really holds good. There we go. All right. Center it up on the front of your card base, like so. All right. Now we're going to get another piece of that ribbon here in a minute and tie a little knot there, but first I want to stick my medallion up here like that. Sending positive thoughts. Take your backings off here. All off. Alright. Let's put this right about. Make sure your sentiment's straight. There we go. Ah, so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to get a piece of this mini ruffled ribbon here. Slide a piece under here. Sorry to have my arm up in there. If I can. There we go. Alright, we're just going to tie just a little knot. I usually just do the knots. Sometimes the bows are hard for me to do. So, I'm just going to do a knot here. Or maybe I am. Alright, there we go. Okay. Excellent day. Okay. Now, get my scissors that I designate just for ribbon cutting. Cut that. Okay. I just love this ruffled ribbon. It's so beautiful. Okay, and as you know, you can, all these products here that I'm demonstrating with, you can purchase in my online store. I'll have links at the bottom of this video that could take you right straight to the products, and you can shop there. Okay. Now for the inside, I'm going to take this strip that was a leftover piece for when I was trimming up my DSP, and I'm going to attach it right there. I'll just do the tape, the adhesive for this. The snail. First I got to see, kind of hold it up about how far I need to come down with the tape. So I won't come past the card part there. Does that make sense? I'm trying to keep it from just the length of the, you know, this card here. So I wouldn't have sticky all down here. There. Just stick that on there. And get my paper snips. That is designated for paper cutting. And cut that end off. There we go. You can save that and use it for something. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment on here before I adhere it to this, just in case I mess up on it. And I'm going to be, this sentiment came from, for the inside, came from Flourishing Phrases. It's got all kinds of neat little, you know, sayings in here. I think this is a must-have. Congratulation cards, sympathy cards, get well cards. It's a 2 set, and I just got them both in the same pack here. It's got beautiful flowers and stuff on there, so I really like this set. But we're using comfort and healing to you for the inside of this card. And we're going to stamp that in the Blackberry Bliss ink. And hopefully get it straight. Oop, got a little bit of ink right here on the edge. Wipe that off. Try not to just kind of pat a little bit and get your ink on there. And do not rock it if you can help it, because I get shadows and ink where you don't want. Straight down, straight up. Yay! Alright, that's good. Alright, close this back up. I'm going to get out my Tranquil Tide ink pad here, and I want to stamp this pretty little design that's from the Happiness Around set down across the bottom here. And this is photopolymer. Usually when you're stamping with photopolymer, you should be using like a foam, like the piercing mat, foam mat underneath for cushion, because it doesn't have all the cushion like the clear mat does. And but I think I can get away with it with just this little stamp here. Hopefully. We'll see. Yay! Oh, looks like I got some green up there. Oh well. Okay, we'll carry on. Got a little bit of smudgy green up there because I probably have it on my finger somewhere. No doubt. Okay, there it is. Now let's adhere this to the mat, the Blackberry Bliss cardstock mat. Right here. Center it up the best you can. Sometimes I can do it fairly quick, sometimes I can't, but that time's decent enough. Alright, and then we're going to adhere it, put it inside our card base. Put some more Snail adhesive runner on this piece. Put it in our, center it up in there. Let's going to bug me so much. I hope I can get it off. Let's see. Let me see if I can try to get it off with this mono sand eraser. See if I can try to get some of it off. Sometimes it saves me. Sometimes when it's really bad, I'll cover it up with an embellishment of some sort. I think that'll do. All right, there is our card. Sending positive thoughts with little Stampin' dimensional things everywhere. Of course, I find them everywhere in the house. And comfort and healing to you. Okay, now let's look at our envelope to decorate it, the flap of it with this DSP, which I really like doing that. Now one thing, I'm going to bring back my little silicone mat, is try not, let me wipe this off here, I had it on there before. Try not to get a whole lot of glue close to the edge where you're going to be, because we're going to set this like this and go right up to it because you don't want it smearing into the other side. So just kind of take it, you know, just cover it up good, but just be kind of careful going across here and not make it too thick. Go around the border of the flap. There you go, like that, and then some in the middle. All right, then attach it right at the crease where the flap. That's why I think this piece, I need to do it just a little bit longer, make it easier to line up. I just cut it too short. There we go. All right, give it a good back rub so it's good and secure. And then turn it over, and then we're going to cut off the excess that sticks out here. I just think decorating the envelope is so nice when the recipient opens their mailbox and starts the party of the beautifulness on the card before they even open the card. I think that's exciting. Just kind of move your paper. Not your scissors really, just kind of move your paper around. Okay. All right. There we go. Isn't that cool? I just love that. And look how good it goes with this card here. Wow, that's so neat. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of something on the front of the envelope. I think I'll do, what did I do on this one? Okay, I did it like both, this way and that way. Kind of add a little bit of pizzazz to the front. We'll get our Tranquil Tide, since I've been doing everything. Nope, I was mostly doing Blackberry Bliss. So let's get our Tranquil Tide ink. Make sure I have my envelope right. And stamp. Right there. Straight down. Straight up. Oh, bummer. Alright, since I could probably line this back up, but no fear. I have my Tranquil Tide Stampin' Right marker here for times just like this. I didn't get it pressed good enough down there, so I kind of go along through here and fill in where the ink didn't transfer. And no one will be the wiser. Except me. I'll know. But covering all up where it didn't transfer. There we go. I think I'm just going to go with the one row of it. Not take a chance there. I'll close up. Wipe the ink off. Every time I close one, I usually get ink on my fingers. All right, now we're finished with our card. There's this one that's going to be sending positive thoughts, thinking of you kind of card. Hope you get better, feeling better. And then we have this one here. Thank you so much for your, thanking you for your special gift. Thanks for joining me down on the farm and making this card. I sure hope you like this card and you get inspired and And if you would like to order any of the stamps or the cardstock or ink, you can go to my online store. Just go to stampingonthefarm.com, and I have an order online button there, or you can contact me and I can help you with the order, whichever you prefer. But I would really, really, really appreciate your business. Thanks again. Until next time, happy stamping.